Are we riding on luck, and could we run out of luck? Now, in my opinion, I'm going to say yes and no. Yes, because you can't keep on winning games in the 90th minute. You can't keep on winning games, 90 plus 7, 90 plus 3, 90 plus 4, right? You can't keep on doing that. First and foremost, it is unsustainable. And we, of course, we all know when you look at all these other sides that have won the Premier League, they always win games late. They always win games in the 90s. They always win games in 90 plus. At times, you could find a club winning a game in 90 plus 10. But that is not sustainable. Okay, I think what Arsenal are doing here is we are becoming comfortable. We are finding comfort in going down a goal or two, and then eventually we come from behind to win. Now, Manchester City did that last campaign. They were going two goals down, and they won the league, eventually coming back from 2 goals down and winning the league. But that was such a dangerous game. Liverpool managed to take Manchester City onto deadline day, onto the last day of the Premier League, for them to win the Premier League title. And it was such dangerous. And I think why Arsenal cannot play that kind of game, we don't have the squad. We don't have the quality Manchester City had, right? We have a young squad, a young manager, and a young captain, right? But we don't have that squad. We don't have, a Reece Nelson every single time to come on and change the game. We do not have probably a Jorginho every single game to crack that cracker. We don't have that player. Right, so I think we need to look into ourselves. We need to go back to winning ways, and we need to start killing games, at half time. The first part of the season was very, very easy because we were winning games at halftime, 2-0 at halftime, 2-1 at halftime, 1-0 at halftime, and when you come in the second half, all you have to do is control games. All you have to do is to just make sure that your opponent doesn't score. And that's what I want to see with Arsenal. I want us to go back to that time when Arsenal can win games in the first half. Now, why I think we are not actually living very, very dangerously, although the game we are playing is a little bit deadly, is you look at the numbers we are doing, apart from scoring the goals, you look at all the other numbers, all the other statistics, they are actually through the roof. This is what Arsenal did in this game against Bournemouth. We had 31 shots on goal. We had 9 on target. Okay, so for a team that has had 31 shots on goal, it means you're creating chances. It means you're having goal at goal. It means you're creating difficulties for your opponent. You're just not yet breaking them down. So that is one thing that we are all gonna be yeah, we are doing well. We are doing it the way we are supposed to do it. The difference here is that we have not actually found a way of breaking opponents down, right? That's why I think we shouldn't panic. That's why I think we are okay. 740 passes in this game, 81% ball passing accuracy, 9 shots on target. So we are doing all the right things. We are doing the basics right. We're doing everything right, apart from allowing ourselves to go a goal down. We scored our second goal in the 70th minute, Ben White. The first goal came in the 62nd minute. 2 goals, 62 minutes and 72 minutes should be enough to beat Bournemouth at the Emirates Stadium. But you know why they were not enough? It's because Bournemouth had scored a goal in the 11th minute of the game, and they had also scored a game through Marco Senesi in the 52nd minute. That is why Arsenal's 2 goals in the 62nd and 70th minute were not enough. So we need to start defending better, because that is what we were doing in the first part of the campaign. Defending better, doing things better as a team, and then we will be all right, okay? So there is no need to panic. Yes, there is a little bit of luck, and I want us to eliminate the part of luck. I want Arsenal to eliminate that part where if we are not lucky to score a Nelson cracker, if you're not lucky to score a Jorginho cracker, we don't win the game. Just imagine this. Against Aston Villa, Jorginho, because it's a passing merchant, isn't he? He doesn't pull the trigger, but then just, maybe stop, passes the ball to maybe Martinelli or Saka or Zinchenko or anyone. We don't get that goal, okay? So there is a little bit of luck in there. that Jorginho strikes it, number one. It hits the bar, number two. It doesn't go over. And then it comes back and it hits Emi Martinez. And then the rebound goes into the back of the net. There is a lot of luck there. Yesterday, again, there was a lot of luck. Number one, we are lucky that the ball, first and foremost, falls to our player, Reiss Nelson. They could have cleared it away. And then the referee said it would have gone match over. So it falls onto the chest of our player. Number two, we are lucky that he controls it very well and he doesn't try to hit it first time like a few goons that would do that. And then number three, we are very lucky that when he hits it into the back of the net. Our manager Mikel Arteta was asked whether Reiss Nelson shoots a lot in training, and he said, not really. We are not sure if in training he would score it, okay? But he scored it now, and that's what is important, okay? So I think we just need to stop riding on luck, more, and just focus on, winning games earlier on, okay? Winning games earlier on. By the 70th minute, games like Bournemouth should be done. By the 70th minute, Fulham away, we should have a goal up. We should be a goal up or 2 goals up. Crystal Palace at home, 2 goals up by the 70th minute, and Leeds United 2 goals up by the 70th minute. If Arsenal win 3-2 in the 90th minute at the Anfield, that is history. If Arsenal win 3-2 at the Old Trafford, that is history. If Arsenal win 3-2 at the St. James Park against Newcastle, I'm okay with that. But I'm not totally okay winning 3-2 or 4-2 against Aston Villa while we are winning it in the final minutes of the match. I'm not okay with that. But the rest of the performances are actually fine. And that's why I'm very, very confident that this Arsenal side is meaning business, right? Because you look at the performances, you look at the number of shots we had against Villa, against Leicester, and against Bournemouth. They're actually very, very similar. There are statistics that show you Arsenal are controlling games. Arsenal are doing whatever they have to do apart from, scoring early, right? Maybe it's kind of a phase where, the team is not scoring early and, maybe later on we will start scoring early. But I want it to come as quickly and as soon as possible. I want your thoughts. I want your opinions, whether you think Arsenal's luck will be running out, of scoring into the late minutes. And do you think actually, as well, I wanted to ask this. Do you think against these top sides, Arsenal could find it difficult because we're used to, coming from behind. We're used to, getting that one goal, and then it's enough. Against Leicester, that one goal, and we see the game through. Against, Bournemouth, again, a difference of 1 goal. Against Aston Villa, yes, it's a difference of 2 goals, but majorly, it's a difference of 1 goal. Okay, so is it creating that kind of effect? Or the Everton game actually suggests otherwise? I would love to have your thoughts and I would love to have your opinions. Hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast as well. Get involved in the comment box below by letting me know what you think about the topics that we are talking about on the podcast right about now. Now, Baba says, hardworking Cossy, may Allah continue to guide you and protect you always, updating us about our beloved club. Thank you so much. Baba. And he says, how far is Trossard from coming back on the treatment table? I wish him a speedy recovery. Going to be talking about that in the next few seconds. Hello, Cossy. Thanks for the update. I'm so glad that Jesus is going to be in the squad for Portugal. Yes, he's going to be. We are not ruling him out. But is he going to play? We'll be talking about that as well. Big up, Cossy, says Israel. Joey says, good news. Thanks, bro. Israel says, I always enjoyed your podcast. Thank you so much. Nice one, my Oga. Thank you so much, Sam. And a few other comments that we'll be talking about as well, and later on. So let's get to the injury update, which is actually the main reason as to why I decided to do the live podcast. We have a few injuries on the forward positions, but this is what I'm going to say. We don't need to panic. Right? We don't need to panic. Look, you look at that picture and every Arsenal player is in their own position. Every Arsenal player, is in different position. You have, Odegaard on the ground. You have Alexander Zinchenko. You have, Saliba down here below, running towards the corner flag. And that is the emotion we have at the club right now, okay? So we don't have to panic because Arsenal have enough players now in the forward areas. Okay, so let's get to the injury update, especially starting off with Gabriel Jesus. What we're hearing from Kaya Kainak, it says Arsenal will not and have not yet ruled out the option of flying Gabriel Jesus with the squad on Thursday. Now, of course, we take on Sporting CP. Brilliant game. Difficult game, but it's going to be a brilliant game for Arsenal. Arsenal have not ruled out going with him in the squad. So Gabriel Jesus might make it to the squad in Portugal. The other story is about Edin Ketia. Edin Ketia will be assessed late to see if he will be flying, but is more likely to go to Portugal as well. And then Leandro Trossard is likely to come back before 20th March, which will be the international break. Okay, so that's what we're going to be discussing in this part of the podcast. Now, I want to ask you here: should Arsenal go with Gabriel Jesus to Portugal, or do we let him stay and then travel with him at the Craven Cottage? Okay, I understand what Mikel is trying to do here. I understand what we're trying to do here. First and foremost, Gabriel Jesus is now very, very important. Now that we do not have Leandro Trossard in the team, and we might not have Edin Ketia, because Nketiah was feeling something, according to Mikel ARTETA. He was feeling something, and that's why he kept him out of the team. Leandro Trossard, of course, walked off the pitch with a muscular injury. Right, I'm gonna be providing an update on both. But Jesus, for me, yes, I think he's already back. I think it's just Mikel Arteta trying not to, play him early, not try to rush him. But I think he's back. I think he's already training with the team. He's doing a few things with the team, and he's just afraid to play him in that, to play him quickly. I think his strategy as a manager, which I think is also very, very brilliant, is if I have a top player in Gabriel Jesus, very important for the team, very, very, very influential, I want him to play the most important games, and that's what Mikel is trying to look at. You look at April, we have Leeds United coming up. You look at April, where you have Liverpool at the Anfield. Liverpool are literally flying now. Should we say they're flying? Maybe. Then you look at April, you have Man City and Newcastle. Now, all these are very important games, and yet very difficult, and yet very, very crucial to our title chase, right? So, if you have Trossard, you have Emil Smith-Rowe, you have Reece Nelson, you have Edin Ketia, and you have Gabriel Martinelli, as a manager, you play the patience game, and that's what Mikel Arteta has been doing. He has been playing the patience game. He's been saying, look, he's doing a couple of things with the team. He's doing a couple of, he's training well with the team. He's doing a few, exercises with the team, and he's not far away. In his last press conference, he said he's not far away at all. For a manager to say he's not far away, and then he says we cannot give you a time frame, you've literally just scored an own goal against yourself. You said he's not far away, so the timeline cannot be a month, because a month is far away for a player from coming back. 3 weeks is also far away, so it's either a week or 2 weeks. All right, and of course we already have the update that the player is going to be coming back before the international break. That is one of the things I've loved. So should we play him against Sporting CP? If he travels, I would be fine. I would be very, very happy for him to travel with the squad against Sporting CP. But should Gabriel Jesus play against Sporting Lisbon in Portugal? In my opinion, no. Yeah, in my opinion, no. And this is my reason. Sporting is a very difficult side, like very, very difficult. If you've not seen them play, if you've not seen how they're doing in their league right now, you might not understand. But a quality side, difficult side. For us not to go there and pick up 3 points, it's very possible. Like very, very possible. It's gonna be very, very vital. Or maybe not 3 points, but pick up a win, because it's a knockout game, right? Pick up a win. It's gonna be very vital. It's gonna be very crucial, and it's very possible. But the expense is what I'm looking at here. If you play Gabriel Jesus in the Sporting CP game, and he picks up an injury, or he gets a setback, that is very, very bad, right? I'm looking at the scales, and I'm going, if we play him against CP and he picks up an injury, he misses the Liverpool game, He misses the Manchester City game, and it is highly likely that he misses the Newcastle game. That is not something I want Arsenal to do. That is not something we should be doing. So in my opinion, I would love him to travel with the squad because he's one of those very influential players in terms of charisma, in terms of experience, in terms of leadership. He's liked by everyone in the team. He brings a good feeling in the squad as well. So he should travel with the team. That is very, very okay. I want him to travel, but I don't want him to have any part in that game, right? It's a game where I think every result works in Arsenal's favor. When we play a second team, we play Matt Turner in goal. We play Tomiyasu at right back, Kieran Tierney at left back, Holding and maybe Gabriel Magalhaes, or Holding and Saliba, depending on what the manager decides to play, or Holding and Jakub Kiwior in that game, actually. And then in midfield, you play Xhaka as a senior player. You play Fabio Vieira and Jorginho. And then you play Reece Nelson on the left. Down to the middle, you can play Edin Ketia if he's fit, or you play Martinelli. And then on the right-hand side of the pitch, you can play Saka. I don't have a problem with Saka playing in that game. When you play such a very rotated 11, and Arsenal go and win that game 1-0, or Arsenal go and draw that game 1-1, it's a result that works in our favor. One, we have really rotated. That means we are ready for Fulham on Sunday. That is number one, because we play Fulham on Sunday after we play on Thursday. So that is Friday, Saturday, 2 days for Arsenal to rest. It is not enough, right? It's not enough for a side that played West Ham. For a side that played Everton on Wednesday, and then we played on Saturday, and then we play on Thursday, and then we play on Sunday. There is no resting time. So I want us to do some squad rotation, because the next 2 games are away from home. Okay, so let's play a second 11 against Sporting CP, and let's take the worst case scenario that Arsenal lose 2-1 in that game. For me, that is the worst case scenario. We lose 2-1 to Sporting CP. We come back in the league. We travel to the Craven Cottage, and we beat Fulham 2-1. Okay, we keep our point difference on top of the table comfortably, and then that means that the next 2 games are then at home. Sporting CP at the Emirates, where they should be completely annihilated, and then the next game is also Crystal Palace, a Crystal Palace that has not scored more than 1 goal since December. A Crystal Palace that has not won a game of football